Hello, so welcome to another reading vlog, although by the time I post this, it's going to have been quite a while since I posted a video, because to be honest, work stress got me. I also became obsessed with playing Ooblets, and I just kind of lost track of doing things other than work and playing Ooblets. But this week, I'm trying to get my life back together, get back into reading. To be honest, over the last few weeks, I haven't read much, and what I have read, I haven't enjoyed very much, but hopefully this week we can turn things around a little bit. I do have a couple of books from the library that I am excited about reading. Firstly, I've got Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. I've loved everything I've read by Sarah Gailey, so I'm hoping I'll love this too. I don't know much about it other than I think it's a horror, and this woman goes to live at this house and some creepy things happen. Honestly, I don't really know, but as I said, I've loved everything Sarah Gailey has written, so I'm hoping I'll love this. I also have Before the Memory Fades, which is the third book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. I don't know if I'll get to this, but I could read at least a little bit of it, because from the previous books, it's probably kind of several short stories stuck together that kind of form a bigger narrative. So this series basically is set in this cafe where there's a particular seat, and if you sit in it and you drink some coffee, you're able to travel back in time. However, you can't leave your seat. You can only travel to a time where you've previously been in the cafe, and you can only stay there as long as your coffee is still warm, and as well, you can't actually change anything. That's one of the rules. But I really love the way that Toshikazu Kawaguchi uses this concept to explore really human topics. So I'm looking forward to reading this as well. I do also have the audiobook for Heir of Sevenwaters, which is the fourth book in the Sevenwaters series. To be honest, I really love the first two books in that series, and the third one I didn't like so much. And so I have started listening to it, and I'm just really scared that I'm not going to like it like the third one. The third one was okay. It just wasn't it didn't give me the same feelings that the first two did. The first two really had these hate to love romances, while also these really heartbreaking family situations that the characters were trying to deal with, all set in this beautiful Celtic world. The third one did have more magic, but I just wasn't into any of the romances that were happening, and I didn't feel like the main character was as strong as the ones in the first two books. But now we're following the cousin, who is also, I think, the granddaughter? Yeah, she must be the granddaughter of the original character. And again, I don't really know much else yet, but we will find out as we listen to it through the week. And as well, as I said, I'm going to be trying to get my shit together. Today is actually a day off. We got a day off for the Queen dying. You know, there's some good things about the Queen, some not great things about the royal family in general. I don't think we needed a day off for the Queen's death, especially 2 weeks afterwards. I think it's dumb. I know it's caused a lot of trouble for some people, but I'm going to try and take advantage of it to set myself up for the rest of the week, so that maybe I can have the kind of week that I want to have, with lots of time for reading and relaxing and doing all the things I want to do as well as work. So right now I'm at the supermarket where I'm going to pick up all the things I need for the week. Then I'm going to go home and dye my hair. To be honest, my roots don't look that bad, but I know that if I refresh my hair, I'm going to feel better. So I'm going to do that. As well, since I've been going into the office recently, my work got this fancy new office with amazing views. And I have been going into the office a couple of days a week. But going into the office means I need to be a little bit more presentable. A little bit annoying. So I'm going to do that, make a plan for the week, work out what else I'm doing, and try to fit in some reading. Good morning. So I don't know if I'm going to always be updating this vlog from my car, but it is Tuesday morning and I've come into town to go into the office today. I just mean to vlog last night, and honestly I was having a pretty good day yesterday, very relaxing. I got organized, but then I was mucking around with my memory card and it was doing something weird, And that's why I didn't update you. I'm just making excuses, but also you don't care. You just want to know what's going on. So, reading wise yesterday, I think I'm just over a quarter of the way. What is that? I don't know. There's lots of noises in the background of this car park. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear them. But anyway, I'm just past a quarter of the way through Heir of Sevenwaters. Heir to Sevenwaters? I've forgotten the exact title. And it really is a lovely story. I do like the Irish accent of the audiobook narrator, and then also just the kind of the calm writing style, getting to spend more time with this family. But at the same time, I don't feel like I know what this book is really about yet. The main character's mother is having a child at a late age, and they're all very worried about that. There's a bunch of men come to visit for reasons, and there's a little bit of a love triangle with two of them, and a weird relationship between the two of them as well that the main character doesn't understand, and kind of some conflict going on between the neighboring tribes, chieftains, I don't know the right word. Anyway, there's a bunch of different things going on, but I don't really know what the main point of the story is supposed to be yet. But that said, I'm still kind of enjoying it. I'm not loving it yet. And definitely in the love triangle, I have a preference. And if she goes with that guy, I'll probably be okay with it because it's the hate to love kind of thing that I like. But the other one is just a guy who I think is everything I don't like. But also, even though I do kind of like Juliet Marillier's romance, I do think the reason I didn't like the third one was because I didn't like that romance. And then I thought I wanted more of the magic in the world, but I got it, and I didn't really want it. But I think what I really want is just a really traumatic situation. And while there is some family drama going on, I want more. So we'll see where that book goes. The other thing I did start doing, oh my god, it's so noisy. The other thing that I did start doing last night is I started reading Just Like Home. I think I've only read like 3 or 4 chapters because, to be honest, I was very tired. Luckily, because I also got to say that this weekend Daylight Savings started. Now, I love Daylight Savings because I love the extra sun in the evening. It didn't mean it was dark this morning. And I'm lucky that I was super tired because I was able to go to bed on time and get enough sleep. And so I don't feel like Daylight Savings has messed me up too much, even though I had to leave early this morning to come into town. But honestly, I hate getting up early to come into town regardless. So Daylight Savings hasn't made it any worse. Anyway, I started reading Just Like Home, and I'm really liking it. It seems to be this woman's mother is dying, and so she's come back to help look after her mother, and then from there take her over the house and look after the house. She kind of has talked about looking after the house in a way that doesn't quite seem normal. There's also references to her father. At first I was thinking it was hinting that he's some kind of like serial killer, but there's also been a few other things, like a mention, her mother said, I bought you a new mattress and I let the guy who delivered it take your old mattress, is some kind of inspiration. Maybe you'll get inspiration from your old mattress. That's weird. And then also at one point she walks up the stairs and she notices this big finger with gouge up the side of the stairs that never used to be there. And she's also having memories of being a kid and thinking something was under the bed. So I will say, I don't know if this is the best book to be reading in the evenings because noises in the night and things under the bed is something I'm kind of scared of normally. So I'm impressed actually that I managed to fall asleep because I thought I was going to stay up all night thinking there was something making noises under the bed. There's a man walking past. Hello, man. What was I saying before that man walked past? I don't know. But I do really love the way that Sarah Gailey writes like complicated family dynamics. So this woman's relationship with her mother is not great. So reminding me similarly of some of the family dynamics in The Echo Wife and also Magic for Liars. I really like it. The way she's telling this scary story, but also kind of investigating relationships and the human experience. Anyway, I have to go walk across town to my office, do a whole bunch of work, and hopefully I can still be motivated to do other things once the workday is done. That hasn't been my experience of late, but we're going to try and keep on top of things. We'll try. Hello. So somehow it is Saturday. To be honest, I actually did okay at keeping my life together this week and doing things outside of work and not being too stressed. But I did kind of suck at vlogging, I guess, since it's already Saturday. And I did a little bit of reading, but not as much as I would have liked. I found that I tried to pick this up a couple of times, but I still couldn't really focus on it until last night when I went to bed. I read some of this, and then I should have been going to sleep, but I just wanted to keep reading. So I think I'm about halfway now. We still don't really know what it is that her father did, but we're getting more and more clues. And just there's certain lines in this where it says something and it's very strange, and you're like, what? And then it's not explained, but I have confidence that it will all come together eventually. Oh, and actually, I have a theory. And now that I have that theory, I'm a little bit worried because every time I read something, I'm like, ooh, that's what's happening. But if it's not that, then maybe I'll need to reread the whole book because I'm interpreting things in a certain way now. And really, my theory just comes from like a few lines. So I don't know. But it's so strange, but I'm really enjoying it. And I want more time to continue it, but I am about to go over to Jason's. Maybe I'll actually read at his house because it is a horrible rainy day today. I don't know what else we're going to do, but we'll probably watch Netflix instead. Or who knows. But hopefully tomorrow maybe I can make some more progress with this because I really want to know what's going on. And I'm annoyed at myself for not having the focus to read it earlier in the week because I could have finished it if I'd been able to focus those times I sat down and tried to read. Anyway, the other thing that I have been reading is Heir to Sevenwaters. I did go for a really long, sort of started as a run and then I decided just to make it into a walk because I'm out of practice at running. So I went for a really long run walk on Wednesday night and I listened to quite a lot of Heir to Sevenwaters, and about halfway through some stuff happened and I became quite engaged. I understand what's going on. There's a lot more of the fairy world in this. As well, we've got a changeling and our main character and one of the love interests have gone on a bit of a quest. So I think now I'm about 3/4 of the way through, so I probably will finish this off on my drive over to Jason's place and just while I get shit done this weekend, and then I'll be able to let you know my final thoughts about that. But I'm liking it, and I like the romance in this one a lot better. Maybe not as much as I liked the romance in the first 2 books, but definitely a lot better than the 3rd book. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go and try and enjoy the weekend despite the rain. Maybe tomorrow it'll be sunny. And then I'll let you know if I manage to do any reading. So now it's the end of the weekend, Sunday night already. Last weekend was a 4-day weekend and this one being only 2 days felt so short. I really don't like working on Fridays. I need at least a 3-day weekend to feel human these days. Anyway, I did have plans to be productive this afternoon, but I wasn't really. I did manage to go to the supermarket and then the rest of the afternoon I was just feeling really tired. So eventually I decided to go for a walk, even though it's been really rainy this weekend as well, which is another reason why the short weekend sucked, because it just rained the whole time. Annoying. But I went for a rain walk to wake myself up and it really worked quite well. So I need to remember that because I keep, when it's rainy, not going out. And I really think it's not good. It makes the rain even worse when you just sit inside all the time. Or at least for me it does. So while I was on my rain walk though, I did manage to finish off Heir to Sevenwaters. I really enjoyed it. I liked all the stuff with the tricksy fairies and the other kinds of there's all these different kind of creatures within this world and I don't really understand exactly how they fit within mythology, but I understand them within the world of this book, so like that's fine. But I really liked the romance. The main character was again really strong and doing some like really difficult things just because she's so committed to taking care of the people that she loves. It was just a really beautiful story. Like the first, I still think the first one was my favorite, then the second one. This 4th one was my 3rd favorite. The 3rd one, not so much. But I am excited to continue the series. I had a look, and the next one actually follows one of the sisters of this character. So this will be the 3rd book following this 3rd generation. But the sister who the next book follows is like a seer who's planning to become a druid. So I'll be interested to see her story. Hopefully it'll be one of the good ones. As well, I didn't try to read this. I was actually reading a little bit of this afternoon, but that's when I started falling asleep. So I need to keep going because I am really loving this story. Like, it's so strange and there's so many lines where I'm like, what? But we have learned a little bit more about what her father was doing and also something about her involvement, but there's definitely more to learn, I can tell. And there's some bits that are just so creepy. And I'm kind of glad I live alone because at least I know everything that's going on under my roof. I'm still waiting to see though. There's definitely more strangeness going on in this. I'm going to try and read some more of this tonight. I really wanted to finish it tonight, but I think I'm going to run out of time and energy. Because even though I'm feeling more awake now, I feel like once I sit down to try and read some more, I'm probably going to fall asleep again. But we'll try, and then I guess I'll update you probably tomorrow. Monday, back to work. But I do still feel more on top of things than I did a week ago. As well, tomorrow I don't think I have many meetings. So again, I should be able to get ahead on work stuff for the start of the week. Hopefully there won't be too many surprise disasters as there always seems to be. But those things are out of my control. Just got to do my best, I guess. Anyway, I'm sad about the end of the weekend, but I am feeling a lot better than I did a week ago. Be interesting to go back and look at my footage and see if that seems like it's true. Perception's a funny thing sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to catch up with you guys once I've read some more of this. Maybe when I've finished it, and we'll see what I think. Hello. So somehow it is already Wednesday, but I did actually finish this last night. I just was not very good at vlogging. I'm still on top of life, sort of, mostly. Definitely last couple of weeks of this project, a couple of disasters that are unexpected, but like at this point, there's limited things I can do about it. And also most of the disasters are on other people, which is kind of nice to be honest, that at least it's not on me. So this book though, unfortunately, I'm a little bit disappointed. I just feel like, I think earlier I made a comment about how there were all these hints and I was confident that they would all come to mean something. And I guess technically they did, but I just feel like I needed something more from this book. And I'm not sure what that more is. Like, it could have been that I needed more of the strangeness that was going on in the house. Like, it just felt like it went from nothing, or like all these vague hints, to a lot all of a sudden. And then that strangeness was honestly so different from what I was expecting. Or not entirely, but like my theory that I had, wrong. So just, I needed more time with what actually turned out to be happening, and I don't feel I got enough time with it. I also just don't know that we got enough of the main character, especially like once we understand what's happened and what is happening. Like, there's some creepy scenes, but I think I wanted more of the emotional impact. So it's not like I disliked this book. There's still a lot that I really liked. I did enjoy the experience of the first half. I loved the strangeness of some parts of it. I loved some of the ideas in this. I just wanted a little bit more at the end to like keep it up at a 4 or 5 star level. Instead, it's probably just a 3 star. Like, it was okay, but I didn't love it as much as I was hoping that I would love it. So that's a shame. But anyway, now it is well past the end of the week, so I guess we will wrap this reading vlog up. Do let me know if you've read either of the books that I read in this vlog, because if you have, I would love to chat with you about them down in the comments. I've been really bad about replying to comments recently, but again, starting to get my life back together, so maybe I'll also manage to catch up on some of that, although I always feel a bit weird replying to a comment that was like from a month or more ago, but maybe I'll do it, at least for some of you who I talk to a bit, because I'm sure you'll understand. As well, people who own booktube channels themselves definitely understand. But hopefully I'll be able to get into making videos more regularly, commenting more regularly. We can chat. It'll be fun times. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you are doing well, and I will see you next time.